why saving $100 feels pointless. You get paid. You tell yourself, this month you'll save $100. Then rent hits, then groceries, then utilities and fuel. The $100 disappears before you can move it every month. And it starts to feel like saving is just not possible for someone like you. So you think, what's the point? The missing variable is not the amount. It is time and a mechanism most people were never taught about. Compound interest. $100 isn't going to change anything, not with the way prices are. That feeling is understandable, but it is based on a misunderstanding of how small amounts of money actually work over time. You have probably heard of it. Most people have. Almost nobody was shown what it actually looks like. You put in $100, it earns interest. Then next month, you earn interest on the interest. The pile grows on itself. $100 a month, growing at 7% average return, roughly what a broad index fund has returned historically. Over 10 years, you would have put in $12,000 of your own money, but the balance would be $17,380, that extra $5,380. You did nothing for that. Leave it for 20 years, and that same $100 a month becomes $52,092. You contributed $24,000. The rest is compound interest doing what it does. Those numbers are real, but they don't answer the actual problem most people have, which is, where does the $100 come from? If you are living paycheck to paycheck, and most people are, $100 is not sitting there waiting to be saved. It is already spoken for. So, it's not that the maths is not mathing. Maths is not the problem here. The structure is. Most people try to save what is left over at the end of the month. There is never anything left over. The fix is not discipline. It is automation. You move the $100 out before you can spend it automatically on payday. There's nothing for you to do. It goes out automatically before you can find a reason to spend it. The amount matters less than the habit. Here is what different amounts actually produce over 20 years at 7%. These are not projections. This is how the math works. What if you start at 35 instead of 25? You still end up with $52,092 at 55. You just start 10 years later. It still works, but every year you wait does cost you. Waiting just 5 years from 25 to 30 reduces your final balance by almost $14,000. The most common reason people delay is that they're waiting until they earn more. But lifestyle expenses tend to grow with income. The gap rarely appears. You do not need to earn more to start. You need to start before you are ready, because ready rarely comes. The single most important action is setting up an automatic transfer on the day you get paid. Before you see the money, before you can decide not to save or invest it. Something else happens when you do this consistently. You stop feeling broke because you know that one thing at least is handled. The $100 was never going to change your life in month one. That was never the point. The point is what it becomes. Let's be honest, this is not a get-rich strategy. $52,000 after 20 years is not a fortune, but it is $52,000 more than doing nothing. This layer of savings starts to mean something. Small, consistent things compound. That is not motivational. That is mathematics, not sales tactics, not blind promises, not deception or false advertising. It is simple maths. If you take one thing from this, set up a disciplined regular savings investment today, something you know will automatically go off every month is disciplined and forces you to save for your own benefit. Not next month, not when things are more stable, or when you will earn more in a year or two's time, or after your summer holiday, or after your next contract. Today! Reach out for help. Let's have a chat and see if I can be of value or help to you in getting your future financial stability and independence on a track to self-success. Any information herein is not intended as, nor does it constitute financial, tax, legal, investment, or other advice. I recommended that you reach you for a chat before taking any action, as each person's circumstances are different, and it is best to get advice on solutions that meet your goals and needs.